pre-pandemic, pre-shutdown, interest rates are insanely low. They announced the shutdown. They announced national emergency. Interest rates skyrocket.
How many clients could not qualify anymore during that time?
Oh my gosh.
This is what we wanted to talk about because this is huge and we always talk about this.
Because the number one thing we hear is, oh, I'm just going to wait until the prices drop. I'm going to wait until there's a correction. I'm going to wait until there's a crash. But what people don't realize...
What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in for your dose of the Weekly Dose. Your host, Agent Alex D, Mr. Sold by Leopold, aka the fitness god, the health guru. You guys, this guy is on a different level right now. Cannot keep up with him. I'm just gonna let him tell the story. Catch you guys up to speed, what's going on and everything. There's been a lot of things going on in our economy, in the world. I'm sure you guys are aware. So we want to talk a little bit about that. And then also, towards the end of the episode, we want to dive in deeper into a deal that just recently happened that Leo closed on for one of his clients. And just talk about the learning curve for everyone that was involved and what we can do to help our clients moving down the road. But So what's going on, Leo? I'm sure these guys missed our beautiful faces. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
It's been, what, like 5 months or something?
5 months and 3 weeks.
A lot of things have been going on with COVID-19, the pandemic, and all that crazy, unusual stuff that's going on. So we had to adjust, right? We had to adjust with the times, and in the beginning we weren't even able to work or something like that?
Nope. Believe it or not, the very first 2 weeks of the shutdown, we were non-essential workers. Real estate got tossed out the window.
You're like, yeah, we don't need you guys. Who cares? The world's gonna move on without you guys.
Exactly. So it was a very crazy, because I remember pre-shutdown, interest rates were insanely low. Buyers were coming out of like the woodworks left and right. I remember
we were predicting like crazy.
Yeah, it was insane. There was like this one lady that said, I locked my interest rate. I don't care what I buy. I need to buy anything, please.
Just absolutely anything. Just get me into a home, and that was it. Because the interest rates are so good right now. It makes your monthly payment insanely satisfying. Looking sexy payment. So I could see why she wanted to get into a home, regardless of whatever it was. Just the rates are really good.
Exactly. And fast forward a week later, shutdown hits, interest rates skyrocket, real estate non-essential, can't see any homes.
Yeah.
Can't tour any homes. Everything had to be done online. No open houses.
Everything was just
shifted.
Yeah, everything was just like we were literally turned upside down. And I mean, I think we fell out of escrow on four properties.
There's 4 properties that fell apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because
of everything that was going on. There was a lot of fear. Obviously, the unknown is very fearful for a lot of people. So. A lot of people took a step back and wanted to reevaluate and see what was going on with the economy and what's going to happen afterwards.
Yeah, they fell out, rightfully so.
Yeah. I mean, no hard feelings. They're still our clients, and I would say probably 2 out of the 4, we continue the process afterwards right now with how everything's moving forward in our market. But yeah, it was a very interesting time those first 2 weeks. We were just trying to adjust and see what we could do. I think we spent a lot of time researching, just learning a lot.
Yeah, I think we spent a lot of time just buckling down on our just systems and business.
Well, yeah, for sure.
How we operate.
We did talk about getting everything in order with our systems, how we can better grow the business, and we spent a lot of time studying the market. I did personally, where I watched probably like 30 documentaries within like the first week or something, just going all the way back to, what was it called? What was that one called? The one back then? The Great Depression, where the whole stock market just collapsed. I watched that. I watched like 2 or 3 revolving around that whole era. And then I watched the meltdown in 2008 and just kind of seeing what happened there. And then, I don't know, I just started watching a bunch of other things like bankers, mortgages. It was just all over the place, but I learned a lot. And you see a pattern in a lot of things that that goes on in our world. Obviously not the pandemic, that was just kind of unusual in what happened, but how markets react to big shocking things like this, like events like the pandemic, and see what happens and how sectors react, like finance or stock, the real estate industry and whatnot. Mm-hmm. It was just insane. There is a pattern. There is something that's very relevant or very common that you see within these things. So. It was good. It was very good. But I mean, what else? What else did we do besides that? Besides just learning and then making our business more efficient.
I mean, that's mainly what we did,
mm-hmm.
and that, and just yeah. I mean, we transitioned to Zoom.
Yeah.
Did a lot of Zoom calls.
That was crazy.
A lot of Zoom
it was crazy. It was super unusual.
I was like, what?
It was kind of awkward at first.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was a little awkward at first, but afterwards you get the hang of it, and it's just like
now I prefer it.
Yeah, now we're like, hey, Zoom.
Zoom.
You down with Zoom?
I don't have to leave my house. Zoom.
Yeah, it was. I had to get used to it at first because it was super weird. I'm more of a I have to be in front of you, really like see your body language, shake your hand, that type of thing. Like that's the type of person I am. Pat you on the back when I see you. So it was very very unusual for me, but I mean we got used to it, or I got used to it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. We adjusted to it.
Yeah.
But it all worked out because 2 weeks later, real estate was officially essential again.
We were important again.
We were important.
they figured something out.
The forgotten child. It was just crazy. So just a little breakdown of those 2 weeks. Like I said, right pre-pandemic, pre-shutdown, interest rates are insanely low. Mm-hmm. They announced the shutdown. They announced national emergency. Yeah. Interest rates skyrocket.
Oh, dude. Okay, so before we jump into where we're going to go into, how many clients could not qualify anymore during that time?
Oh my gosh.
This is what we wanted to talk about because this is huge, and we always talk about this.
Because the number one thing we hear is, I'm just going to wait until the prices drop. I'm going to wait until there's a correction. I'm going to wait until there's a crash. Mm-hmm. But what people don't realize, it is so freaking easy to qualify. So the requirements drop. The minimum FICO score is like 580.
Yeah.
Minimum down payment is like 3.5% down. Mm-hmm. You can have high debts and still afford a home. And as soon as the pandemic hits, guidelines change like that.
Instantly.
Instantly.
It was before you would have to put 3.5% down, and what your debt to income ratio, you were able to go up to like 55. Mm-hmm. And then right as soon as that happened, you had to be under 45% debt to income ratio. And you needed the down payment, the closing cost, and now they were requiring you to have reserves.
Cash reserves.
In the bank.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people were planning for that or have reserves for that. It was just they had the down payment, and then we were able to figure out how we're going to get closing costs. But all those people that were kind of banking on that just wiped out.
Yeah.
They couldn't do it anymore.
A huge portion of the buyer pool dropped.
And then we're like, okay, that's exactly what we've been talking about.
Yep.
When things hit the fan in our economy, the bankers of the mortgage industry is going to start contracting and making requirements for qualifying a lot harder. Mm-hmm. And we've always said this, and this was a clear example of it. This is exactly what happened.
Yeah, exactly what happened.
It was crazy. So it was super crazy.
So yeah, that's insane now.
Mm-hmm.
And then what people don't realize too is just that interest rate hike. Okay, let's say the prices drop 50 grand. Right, on average.
Yeah.
But then the interest rate jumps up a couple percentages. Mm-hmm. You're paying way more than if you would have popped 50,000 more.
Yeah.
At a lower interest rate.
It's very true.
So you just gotta like weigh all the numbers, and it's just so easier to buy in a thriving market than it is on a downturn market.
It's so cheap to borrow money.
It's so cheap.
In a thriving market, because banks are just like, we're throwing money everywhere. We get a little bit of interest rate, or get a little bit of interest on the long run. But when the economy is hitting the fan, obviously money is not coming in anymore. Where we're going to have to charge these guys more to borrow money, and we're going to have to make sure they're very A+ borrowers and not just lending to anyone. So it's really tough.
Yeah. So that was very interesting.
But now, current time, lessen their requirements because they see the economy is moving forward.
Yep.
And obviously the economy is somewhat still thriving.
Yeah. So quick recap, guys. Interest rates are at an all-time low. All-time. And a lot of buyers have come into the markets. The only thing is there is not enough listings, not enough homes for sale. Just because of this pandemic, a lot of sellers do not want to let a bunch of random people into their home, you know, touching doorknobs, touching light switches, breathing droplets all over the place. So
yeah, and it's really, a lot of our seller clients are holding off on listing homes because of that reason alone. And the ones that really need to move, they're still moving forward with a lot of safety precautions that we're taking, or safety protocols. And we explain that in details to our clients. You know, we're here to make sure that you're safe.
Exactly.
And if we can't keep you safe or, you know, protect you as much as we can, then let's not even try to bother putting the home on the market, because we don't want to be
put you in that
predicament, and then we also don't want to be held liable for that too. You know, so there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but a lot of people are getting sued over this whole thing.
Exactly. And what's horrible is that it's a big concern, you know, in general.
Yeah.
And there are people, agents, that actually try to push them to put their home on the market.
Yeah.
And try to force them to do it when they're completely uncomfortable with it.
Crazy. That's scary.
And that is scary, because maybe the realtor's on board, I'm doing everything right, but if the seller's not, I mean, everyone has to be on the same page.
Yeah.
Because we do have certain protocols to follow. You know, only a certain amount of people in the house at the same time. Everyone has to wear gloves, have to wear masks.
Sign a form, right?
There's a advisory form that you have to sign before you even enter the property. It's recommended that sellers turn on all the lights, open all the windows, so to minimize people touching anything.
Yeah.
And
now they're telling you to just bring, if it's a couple, just you and your spouse. If it's just you alone and you have kids, to keep the kids at home.
Exactly.
Just go by yourself. They're trying to reduce the number of people that go through the home per appointment. So it's just a big safety hazard or concern for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure we respect everyone's look on it. So we're just doing our part.
Exactly.
But that's pretty much it. It's a very competitive market. There's a lot of people buying, like you said, low inventory. But we're super thankful, grateful that we have a lot of experience. Recently, right, just this week, we got an offer accepted for one of our clients in Garden Grove, where there was a total of 9 offers, including ours, so 8 offers that we were competing with. And obviously our client got the offer accepted.
Obviously.
If you're working with us, and you follow our advice, your offer is going to get accepted. We're going to get you into your dream home. There's no doubt about that. And that's what our client did. They followed exactly what we told them to do. And what do you know? We beat out 8 other offers, $10,000 less than what the highest offer was on the table for the seller. I mean,
and this is, oh my gosh,
it's crazy.
This is so crazy.
Yeah.
And like this definitely ties into what I said, where there's not enough homes in the market and a lot of buyers. So there's a lot of competition if the home is priced low.
Competition is insane. You're getting like 10 offers or more on every single home if it's priced right and it looks good.
Exactly. And like, I feel like people don't understand how much work goes behind getting an offer accepted.
Oh my god.
Just because they think, oh yeah, I'm putting an offer at list price, it's gonna get accepted. No issues. No. Yeah, you could, like you said, someone put an offer $10,000 above yours, and they still didn't get accepted.
Yeah.
Imagine why it didn't though.
Well, yeah, she told us.
Yeah.
Her biggest thing was we wrote a professional offer. We wrote it really good. We explained everything. It's a clean offer. There's a couple other things that we do, which we can't share because proprietary to us. Information. If you come work with us, we'll tell you. But so there's a couple things that we do to spice up the offer, and one of the obvious ones is just clear communication.
First of all, I don't think that's obvious.
It's not obvious for a lot of people. For us, it's always been a big thing. Is just having clear communication with the seller's agent or vice versa, listing agent, with buyer's agent, just being on the same page and make sure everyone is striving for the same goal. And that's one thing that we always say is that we want to make sure it's a win-win situation for everyone that's involved.
Yeah, especially our clients.
And especially our
$10,000 below, so that goes a long way.
Yeah, so that was one of the big determining factors for that offer, was that they liked how we communicate with them, and we're on top of it, and they'd rather be dealing with us for the next 30 days than with any other agent.
Exactly.
And what is that thing that you always say? There's a million agents in Orange County, and there's only like 5 of them that sell most of it.
Very true. There's 25,000 agents, okay, just about, in Orange County. More than half of them don't even make a single sale.
Yeah.
So a lot of people reach out to agents thinking that, oh, these guys are professionals. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They went to school for this. They're licensed. They should be able to take care of me.
Seriously.
Wrong. Because, yeah, you can be licensed, but if you don't do any deals, you don't go through the process, you don't know how to talk to other agents, build rapport, communicate, solve problems, negotiate. What is that? It's like
a super book smart and whatever, but
it's like getting brain surgery from a doctor that's never done brain surgery before. So yeah, guys, if you're gonna pick a real estate agent, make sure you pick a good one. Not just because they're licensed means that they know what they're doing,
or they have a very fancy business card, or their website looks fantastic. You guys, please ask the right questions when you interview agents, and make sure they have experience and they have your best interest at heart, because there's a lot of agents that don't know what the heck they're doing, or the clients get burned, or lose out potentially in their dream home because they hired the wrong agent.
100%. You know what? We'll even probably make a video of 10 things to ask a real estate agent before hiring them. Just because, we like to consider ourselves very honest. And just because I don't think we've ever forced anyone to work with us. Most of all of our clients work with us because we know what we're doing. We're very professional, and we're good. I think we're good guys.
I think we're pretty good. We're pretty good guys. Yeah, we're very good guys, and they like us. That's what
ultimately, we just want what's best for our clients. We're in it for the long run. I'm not here to do a deal and disappear.
This is very true. We're gonna be here for a while, guys. So we're trying to build a brand, and we're trying to make our names stand out in the industry.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, that's it for the whole COVID situation, the whole pandemic, pre-pandemic, what happened during those 2 weeks where real estate apparently didn't exist. The after effect, what's going on now, and why it's important to have a good real estate agent on your side. Good lender, too. A really good
lender, which leads us
that's a good
to
transition.
Our hot topic of the day. We're going to call it Spiel. Or Spiel.
Spiel the deal.
Spiel the deal. There you go. Spiel the deal.
Alright guys, it's between spiel the deal or deal reveal.
Yeah. We'll see what everyone says.
We'll see. Pretty much what we want to do is we kind of want to give you some more insights on what goes on behind a deal. It could be anywhere between like a nightmare deal, or what certain clients did to be able to purchase a home, or even a little more on the investing side was maybe 1031 exchanges, running numbers, what makes a good investment, what makes a bad investment, etc. There's so many things we could talk about during this.
But the main thing is just behind the scenes, right? And just explaining what's going on, because a lot of people don't see. They just think agents are just getting paid a lot of money and they don't do anything.
Exactly.
But we want to make sure that you guys are aware all the steps that are taken to get the whole process, to the end goal, or to our clients to the finish line. There's a lot of moving parts, and hopefully you guys see a little bit of it while we share some experiences.
While we spiel the deal.
While we spiel the deal, or reveal the deal, or reveal. So we got a really good one. Mr. Fit God over here. He has a very, very good candidate, and that's why we chose him for the night or the day. That he's going to share with us his experience that he had with a client that he just helped purchase a home. And in the area. So I'm gonna go ahead and let him take it. Give us a quick background, the clients, how the whole process looked like, and we'll just ask questions as you talk.
So quick recap on this deal. I met with my clients. We talked about their goals, what they wanted to achieve, and it turns out they actually make pretty good money.
Yeah.
But the only thing is that they've been renting for 25 years, and they decided now is the time to finally purchase, and which is great. There's really no wrong time to buy.
Mm-hmm.
It's never too late to buy a home.
Yeah.
And they went from a 1-bedroom apartment for 25 years to looking through a 3+ bedroom house.
5 years.
So it's a big change. I was super excited to help them out. They were super excited to finally get a home.
Yeah.
And everything was beautiful. Everything was great. It was like straight out of a book. We looked at homes. We shared laughs. And we finally found the one.
Yeah.
And it was a multiple offer situation, and we got our offer accepted. So, of course.
Of course, again.
We got our offer accepted,
yeah.
and it was supposed to be a 30-day escrow.
Yeah, this is, you said they make, good money.
Great credit score.
Qualify, no problem. Should have just been a slam dunk.
Good money.
Close maybe even earlier.
Exactly. Good credit score, good income, good down payments.
Mm-hmm.
Everything should have been a slam dunk deal.
Yeah.
And they could have gotten their keys 30 days or sooner.
Yeah.
So now let's
so
spill
why
the
did
deal. Let's rewind it. When we sat down initially, they mentioned to me that they had a lender that they've been working with. And I said, hey, that's no problem. I totally respect your relationship. Honestly, I still suggest you should talk to multiple lenders, try to get the best deal. But they were committed with him. And the reason why is because the lender worked at the same bank that they've been banking at for the longest time. Mm-hmm. Bank of America, first of all. Let me just cut the suspense. It was Bank of America. And this applies to Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase.
Chase is okay. But for the bigger banks, right? For
these big banks, and I'm so sorry, you guys, but if you guys did better, we wouldn't have to.
Yeah, it's just because we've had. That wasn't just the first occasion or experience that we had with them. We've had it numerous times in the past, and that's why we try to educate our clients and advise them that maybe that's not the best option is to go with that bank because
exactly.
The agent, the listing agent, herself said that, is there any way that we can change lenders?
Oh my
they
gosh,
were scared because they saw the pre-approval letter with Bank of America headliner.
Listen to this, guys. So they chose Bank of America because they banked with them. They were running a really great deal. They were going to help them with the down payment and closing costs on a home. So they would come in with no money, which is amazing. And if they could get it done, that's great. So let's do this thing. We found the home. Turns out that program didn't even qualify for that home. So that program went out the window. Yeah. They had to put money out of their own pocket to cover down payment and closing costs. The only reason they would consider using them, out the window.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
They just figured they were in so deep, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
We've already gone this far, built a relationship with them, let's just keep doing what we're doing. So, okay, great. Again, I respect their decision.
Yeah.
Let's move forward. We submit the offer, got a call from the agent. Hey, how committed is your clients to their lender? So, and that goes to show it's not just me and Alex.
It's not with bias or anything like that.
Bad experience is with bigger banks, and I just want to say I'm sure there are really good lenders that work with these bigger banks, but for the majority of the time, I'll get into it in a second. I told them that it's not a problem. like I'm on top of the deal. We're gonna go ahead and push this along. We have the same goal in mind to close. My clients were so excited to get the process going. Long story short, this 30-day or sooner transaction turned into 60 plus days.
Jesus.
So it was a lot of it had to do with when you're going with bigger banks, you're going to get an influx of clients that just come in just because they bank with you. So they're just overflowed with clients.
Yeah, that's too much volume.
A lot of volume, a lot of different departments. It kind of just, I started talking to the main lender, then it went to someone else. Then if I can't get a hold of anyone, then I had to go talk to the branch manager.
Yeah, you lose communication. With
Exactly.
And then the stories change wherever you go.
Exactly. So it was just, I had to do a lot of tracking down. I was like, what's going on? No one knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And then I had to go and tell the listing agent, I don't know what's going on. I can't get a hold of
the worst
the
thing
agent.
you can do as an agent that's representing the buyer.
Exactly. So obviously their first thought is their listing agent wanted to back out of the deal. You know, so I just had to take initiative and reach out to the branch manager and try to salvage this
keep
deal.
It together because your client wanted this home so bad.
Exactly.
I mean, and that's exactly what you were doing. And I mean, he's gonna tell the whole story right now, but it was just a lot of things that he had to do, and there was a lot of moving parts that we said, but he had to speak to the branch manager, keep the listing agent at ease, so the listing agent can relay the message to their seller clients that, hey, you know what, they're doing everything they can. Leo promised me that they're working on this, and then on top of it, also do some other things, amendments to the contract to make things moving forward. Like, so what did you do to keep that deal? Because if I was a listing agent, I would have told you to get out of my face. We're canceling right now. Come protect my clients.
Oh yeah.
So you must have done something extravagant to keep this deal going.
Exactly. So it was just we were asking and asking and asking. We weren't giving anything for the deal.
Yeah.
So at that point, the sellers just wanted to back out.
Yeah.
So we had initially negotiated repairs, credit towards the buyer's closing cost to help with some repairs around the house. And I just told the agent, it's like, you know what? After she's explained to me that they were pretty much done.
They were going to cancel that week.
They were going to cancel.
Yeah.
I told them, you know what? We've been asking a lot, but we haven't been giving much.
Yeah.
How's this? Let's that credit that you were initially going to issue us, let's void that. And since this has been a huge lender delay, let me get in communication with the lender and see what they can do to compensate, the buyers for that.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what we did. Is I spoke with them. It's like, hey, this deal's gonna blow up because of you.
Yeah.
We need to. The only way we're gonna keep this moving forward, is if we give up the repairs or the credit, and that is not okay because my buyers, my clients, our clients deserve, this credit, especially because it went from zero. Anyways, the whole deal just went south really fast. There was no clear line of communications. Files getting shuffled around left and right, which didn't give me too much, didn't give me, too much to go off of when I was trying to communicate that to the listing agent. So compare that to working with, let's say, a direct lender.
Yeah.
Because the lenders that we work with and we recommend are direct lenders, and they may work on 10 to 20 deals a month, and that's all they work on. It's you. It's not versus who knows how many Bank of America gets on a month.
Yeah.
So it's, not Wells Fargo, any of these big banks in general.
Yeah.
How much do they really get a month?
Yeah.
How much focus? Because a real estate deal is very, very delicate. So the only reason most of our deals go by smooth is because we can anticipate those issues before they even happen.
Yeah.
And same thing with our lenders.
Yeah.
And that's why we trust them.
Yeah.
Our lenders wouldn't even touch a deal if it's not going to go through. And they're going to tell us.
Yeah.
And if it's not going to go through, they're going to tell us why it's not going through and what we need to do to fix it before we even consider opening escrow or start looking at homes.
Exactly.
Because we want to make sure that we don't want to honestly, we don't want to get your hopes up and tell you, hey, we've just spent the last 3 months looking for homes, are in escrow, we thought we were going to get the keys next week, turns out none of that's going to happen.
It turns out you really can't qualify.
You really can't qualify. It turns out you're going to keep renting for a couple more years until you can.
Jeez. Yeah,
So it just leaves a sour taste in the buyer's mouth, a sour taste in the listing agent's mouth, the seller's mouth.
Yeah.
They thought they were going to move to their next home, whatever the case may be.
Because, I mean, we've had seller clients where they're like, whoa, I had an offer, and then the whole thing just blew up. I don't even want to sell anymore because I don't want to go through that stress.
Exactly.
I get my hopes up again. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So everyone gets hurt in the whole transaction.
Everyone.
Everyone has that.
And that's why we want to start with a very, very strong base, you know, and make sure we see this whole thing through.
Yeah.
And so the moral of the story, guys.
So give us the conclusion. What happened?
Moral of the story, we ended up closing. They got their keys. They're living in their home now. They're very happy. But this really great, you know, it was supposed to be this really great fairy tale ending. It was, you know, going from, you know, this one bedroom apartment to their very first house to now have this sour taste of this horrible escrow.
Yeah.
And it was mainly due to the lending side of it.
Yeah. Because they obviously still love Leo, and they you guys still talk and whatnot.
Oh yeah, no,
they really are super grateful for what you were able to do, save the deal, save their dream home, which most other agents wouldn't have been able to do that. So that's really good. But like you said, it was came down to the lending part of it, lending aspect of it, and they weren't able to perform. And that's the sucky part. But that was a huge learning curve, and now we know. We try our best to educate our clients.
And now, I mean, silver lining is now I have this story to share with all my other clients. Hey, I respect who you want to use as a lender, but I strongly advise that you consider either my preferred lenders or start doing more research on you know, start asking. Maybe we'll do a video on that too. With Ask Your Lender.
We're coming up with a lot of ideas for videos when we're recording one.
With Ask Your Lender. So that was the deal reveal, spiel the deal.
That was it.
So
you know, that was a good learning. What do you call it? Like a study case.
A case study.
A case study. There you go. Backwards. Yeah. A case study to really understand what goes on in the back end of things and see what you need to ask your lender. Maybe it's get a second opinion. Just explore your options, like Leo said, and just see what's out there. So hopefully you guys found some value in this case study that Leo just gave us. Spiel the whatever deal.
Spiel the deal.
Hopefully you guys got some value out of this whole episode, and we really appreciate you guys watching, sticking through all this that's going on, and just supporting us. Again, we can't stop saying this. We appreciate all the love and support you guys are giving us, and we hope that you guys continue supporting us. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Weekly Dose. Your host, Agent Alex D.
Sold by Leopold. Out.
The Fit God. See you guys. Take care.
Bye, guys.